Assalamualaikum and greetings to all, especially to our panels. So my name is Afiqah, and today me and my partner INTAN MAYSHURA will be presenting on our studies on the factors affecting pro-environmental behaviour among undergraduate students in UiTM Kampus Seremban.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is MAYSHURA binti IBRAHIM. So I will start with the research backgrounds. So in this era of globalization, many people have realized that society cannot continue with the present path of being unethically involved in environmental issue. So as we know that human practice are one of the most crucial action that lead to environmental problems such as climate change. So climate change is caused by the patterns of human activity, and it brings to a severe impact on everyone's life in the society as well as the environment. So the pro-environmental behavior or PEB is very important as understanding because human behavior is the main factor to the environmental problems, and these problems should be solved by the human itself by changing their perception and perspective of its actions toward the mother nature.
Climate change and other issues related to human environmental interactions are critical in today's context. So the environmental education is a critical component of biodiversity conservation's effort as the environmental education raises awareness and sensitivity to environmental issues while expanding the knowledge and aids in the development of positive attitudes towards the environmental threats. So university students should act pro-environmentally as they are the education agents in spreading awareness, environmental awareness and environmental practice. However, there was some research found that the university students act law in pro-environmental behavior as the evidence showed by the past researchers. So the purpose of the studies is to investigate the level of pro-environmental among UiTM Kampus Seremban undergraduate students. So we want to see their social affiliations, environmental knowledge, and their behavioral norms and the other factors in act to pro-environmental behavior.
We continue with the research questions and objective. So first question is, what is the level of pro-environmental behavior demonstrated by undergraduate students in UiTM Kampus Seremban? Second question in this study is, what factors influence pro-environmental behavior among undergraduate students in UiTM Kampus Seremban? Last but not least is, what is the most strongest factor or important factors that affect pro-environmental behavior among undergraduate students in UiTM Kampus Seremban. So basically, the research question and the research objective is the same things.
So as for the conceptual framework, this is the model of our study. The dependent variable of the study is pro-environmental behavior among undergraduate students in UiTM Kampus Seremban. Meanwhile, we have 4 independent variables, which is the first one is personal norms, then social norms, following on social media, and the last one is environmental knowledge. Next, there were 4 structured hypothesis development in our studies. So each one portrayed that there is a relationship between personal norms and POP, pro-environmental behavior, among undergraduate students in UiTM Kampus Seremban. Meanwhile, for H2, there is a relationship between social norms and pro-environmental behavior among undergraduate students in UiTM Kampus Seremban. For the H3, therefore, is there a relationship between social media and pro-environmental behavior among undergraduate students in UiTM Kampus Seremban? And for the last one, H4, is there a relationship between environmental knowledge and pro-environmental behavior among undergraduate students in UiTM Kampus Seremban? As for the research methodology of the studies, quantitative research is used for the research design. Quantitative research is a research that involves numerical measurements and analysis, and it is a technique that is used by us to obtain the result from the survey without relating it to numerical measurements. So we believe that by the use of quantitative research, it will be justified because it provides more specific information for the studies. Next, the studies aim to examine the factors affecting the level of pro-environmental behaviour among undergraduate students in UiTM Kampus Seremban. So they are the respondent in the studies, and the sample size for the study is 350 students, and the researcher choose non-probability sampling for the study. Non-probability sampling is a technique used in the studies.
So I will continue with research measurement. So in this study, the survey questionnaires has cover layout and consists of a 6 section. Section A is constructed to obtain the personal background details. Section B, C, D, and E, which are related to the factors that affect the PEB. In the last section, F is our dependent variable, which is a PEB. So in this study, the respondents are asked to answer all the questionnaires item using a 4 and 5 point Likert scale. So next is data collection. So in this study, questionnaires is used to collect data from the targeted respondents. So the questionnaire is the favorite tool of many of those engaged in research, and it is an inexpensive and effective way to obtain large quantities of data from a variety of respondents. So the survey questionnaires used in this study is fixed as alternative question, where the respondents are requested to make the choice to their viewpoint among a set of alternatives. So last is data analysis, and in this study, analysis was carried out using the SPSS, because SPSS is a complete tool that helps turn raw data into a form that can be used to generate information. So the data was analyzed using descriptive statistics, Pearson correlations, and a multiple regression. Okay, next I will present our findings. Based on the result of our study, we gained 306 respondents who took part in the study. So most of the respondents are female, which is 56.5%, while only 43.5% are male. So this study survey has categorized the respondents into 3 age group, which is 44% are between 18 to 20 years old. This is followed by 41.8% are between 21 to 23 years old, and only 14% are between 24 years old and above. Next, the majority of the respondents are from bachelor degree students, which is 58.5%. Then the statistic followed by the diploma student, which is 41.5% of the respondents. So based on the table, the majority of the respondents are from FSPPP, which is 50.3%. This followed by FSR student 27.8%, and FSKM contribute the fewest respondents to this survey, which only 22%. So last but not least is respondents were asked to fill their current semester. As a result, the largest percentage is 33% from semester 6, followed by 16.7% from semester 2 and 13% from semester 1. So the average percentage for semester 3, 4 and 5 is 12.5%. So next is our main finding. So the research objective is used to present our main findings. For the first objective, expressing the mean and standard deviation value will be performed to examine the level of pro-environmental behaviour among undergraduate students in UiTM Kampus Seremban. So the mean was 4.506, where the value was over 2.5, which was regarded as high intermediate. So it is clearly that the most of the respondents were engaged in the pro-environmental behaviour. So for the second objective, the Pearson correlation coefficient is applied in the study to determine the correlation between the factors that influence pro-environmental behaviour among undergraduate students in UiTM Kampus Seremban. So since all factors p-value is less than alpha value of 0.05, then there is a significant relationship between the factors and the PEB. So therefore, all of our hypothesis developments, which is H1, H2, H3 and H4, were accepted in this study. So last but not least is our third objective is to examine the strongest factors that lead to pro-environmental behaviour among undergraduate students in UiTM Kampus Seremban. So according to the results, the factor influence the outcome of the dependent variable since the significant value is less than 0.05. So the significance level for each independent variable is less than 0.05. The strongest independent variables according to the result of the study, social media, which has a beta value of 0.473, the highest value among the four independent variables. So this demonstrated that social media had the most impact on how the models are the variable perceive variation in the pro-environmental behavior.
As for the implication of the studies, we managed to see that UiTM Kampus Seremban undergraduate students is positively engaged toward the environments. The student has a moral obligation, has the moral obligation in act environmentally and aware for the importance to act in greens. So also in the study, it proved that the student use media socials in getting environmental knowledge such as climate change issues, and there is a lot of beneficial use for the media social in spreading awareness to people, not only in UiTM Kampus Seremban but also widely, worldwide. So the limitation of the studies is on the small sample size, as the study is only focused on one university, which is UiTM Kampus Seremban, and the student. The study's findings might not be represent the entire Malaysian university and cannot be generalized to other universities, because the ability to collect more information on pro-environmental behavior is hampered by the small size of sample. So for the future research investigations, it must be broadened the area of the study in order to be applicable to all faculties and all university in Malaysia. So for the future researcher, to begin with, future research should be undertaken in other private universities or other public college for comparison purpose, as different institutions have varying resource availability, which influence their environmental policies. So furthermore, these studies use a survey method to collect information for respondents. So future researcher can conduct a face-to-face personal interview with undergraduate students to obtain more detailed information about their perceptions on the environmental issues and their PEB. So because face-to-face personal interview allows respondents to clarify some of the questionnaire topic that require more detailed explanations from the researcher. So to conclude, this study has conducted in University Technology Mara, Kampus Seremban, which involved 306 respondents from the students in 3 faculty, which is Faculty of Administrative Science and Policy Studies, and Faculty Computer and Mathematics, and also the last one is Faculty of Sports Science and Recreations. So after the research has been complete, the study is already successful and accomplished all the 3 objectives of the studies. So according to the findings of the studies, all independent variables such as personal norms, social media influence, and environmental knowledge have a positive significance association with dependent variable, the pro-environmental behavior. So the study findings reveal that the environmental attitudes are the most important predators of environmental behavior. So taking steps to improve people understanding of the importance of environmental protections, the right to live for plants and animals, and as the ecosystem itself, the impact of environmental degradation on the individual health, it is critical that not only university students but also the other communities to adopt PEB in their daily life. But actually, we actually believe that university students play a crucial roles in promoting sustainability in livings and also green practice. So yeah, I believe that you have reached at the end of our VIVA presentation video. So thank you so much for watching till the end and have a good day.